Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Thursday, October 21st, at 3:26 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 719 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Human remains found in Florida confirmed to be those of Brian Laundrie. UN calls for defending women's rights. House votes to hold Steve Bannon in contempt. Plane that crashed in Houston had not flown in 10 months. Cause of death determined for California family that mysteriously died on hike. California teacher placed on leave for offensive math lesson involving Native American headdress. Oklahoma GOP leaders upset over non-binary birth certificate. An assistant once pranked Bill Belichick by emailing him a file that said "I'm watching porn" repeatedly. Marjorie Taylor Greene fights with House colleagues during vote to hold Bannon in contempt. A monster coming this weekend, bomb cyclone, atmospheric river to blast western U.S. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Queen Elizabeth II visited a hospital Wednesday for preliminary investigations, says palace spokesperson, CNN. Human remains found in Florida reserve confirmed to be Brian Laundrie, FBI says, NBC News. These are the 9 House Republicans who voted to hold Steve Bannon in contempt of Congress, CNN. CDC advisors back rollout of COVID vaccine boosters from Moderna and J&J, NPR. Snapchat engineer and family found dead on hiking trail killed by dehydration, Daily Mail. AirPods 3 make it easier to skip songs. Here's how to use the force sensor, CNET. Facebook, Twitter and digital ad stocks drop sharply after Snap earnings, CNBC. Teresa Giudice shows off enormous engagement ring from Luis Ruiz, page 6. Manchin says he offered to change political parties if he was a problem for Dems, NPR. 2021 NFL expert predictions, odds and spreads, picks for the Week 7 schedule, including Bears at Bucs and Bengals at Ravens, The Athletic. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Climate poses many threats to U.S. financial system and natural gas may be major risk. Queen Elizabeth spends night in hospital for preliminary investigations. Condoleezza Rice says Capitol riot was wrong but we need to move on. FBI says found human remains belong to Gabby Petito's boyfriend, Brian Laundrie. Teacher filmed chanting in fake native headdress, waving air tomahawks. Feds ban policymakers from investing in individual stocks, bonds. CDC panel backs J&J, Moderna boosters. Why you should get your holiday shopping done ASAP. Democrats consider major cuts to paid leave plan. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Police, man arrested for second time hours later. Husband admits to shooting, dismembering wife. Frat activities suspended after alcohol poisoning. Officers wounded by accidental friendly fire. Vehicle crashes into school bus after chase. Man caught on cam punching delivery truck driver. Cafe owner thanks town for a mask optional start. Garbage collector brings joy to Wisconsin neighborhood. Historian to discuss how cookbooks capture history. Worker speaks from hospital bed after shooting. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Kevin McCarthy or Liz Cheney, consultants forced to choose. Queen Elizabeth was hospitalized, palace discloses. Human remains found in Florida park where Brian laundries, FBI says. CDC panel endorses Moderna and J&J boosters for millions. Fed unveils stricter trading rules amid fallout from ethics scandal. Climate change poses a widening threat to national security. NIH says bat research group failed to submit prompt virus findings. House finds Bannon in contempt for defying January 6 inquiry subpoena. Stocks hit a record as investors see progress toward a spending deal. Garland parries pressure from both sides in House testimony. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Vermont man paid $4,000 to have person tortured and killed on video. Missouri woman streaks naked across football field while 8th graders practiced. Blake Lively slams Instagram account after it shared disturbing photo of her and Ryan Reynolds' daughters. Police departments are struggling to hire new cops. Queen Elizabeth II spends night in hospital after given advice to rest, palace says. Dozens of GE employees walk out of South Carolina plant in vaccine mandate protest. Fox News poll, high concern over what schools are teaching. New Jersey governor's race, how to vote. Dr. Dre's ex-wife avoids question about serving him divorce papers at his grandmother's burial. Garland says Department of Justice does not support defunding the police, asked for $1 billion increase in funds. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Thursday, October 21st. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Queen spent a night in hospital after cancelling Northern Irish trip. Snapchat engineer and family found dead on hiking trail killed by dehydration. Body found in Florida swamp as Brian laundry. Ex-crew reveal the outrageous truth about their high life on the high seas. Nightclub spiking victims ordeal that left her semi-paralyzed highlights risks women are facing. Victoria Beckham admits there was a naivete when she first launched her clothing brand in 2008. International travel brought forward as Singapore and Fiji flagged as first destinations. Overweight and obese teens are twice as likely to feel symptoms after contracting COVID-19. Eden Confidential, Tycoon's yacht stars as Dodi Fayed's love boat in new season of The Crown. Inside Adele's $7 million LA mansion, singer gives a fans tour of her luxury home. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Prosecutors say man charged with killing UK lawmaker considered himself affiliated with ISIS. Russia's Navalny awarded prestigious European Human Rights Sakharov Prize. Putin and Xi look set to disengage as world leaders meet on climate. Japan and South Korea never did full lockdowns. It left lessons on how to coexist with the virus. A robot is displaying art at the pyramids. Egypt detained it over spying fears, its maker says. Moscow prepares for a return to lockdown as COVID cases and deaths soar. Prosecutors to challenge Hotel Rwanda hero's 25-year prison sentence. South Korea successfully launches its first rocket, fails to place test satellite. Queen Elizabeth II discharged from hospital after overnight stay, Buckingham Palace says. UK Palace says Queen, 95, spent night in hospital for checks. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Human remains found in Florida are those of Brian laundry, FBI says. Shootout in Mexican tourist hotspot of Tulum leaves 2 foreign women dead. U.S. plastics to outstrip coal's greenhouse gas emissions by 2030, study finds. House votes to hold Bannon in contempt for defying Capitol attack subpoena, live. Coronavirus live, UK's daily cases rise to over 50,000. WHO warns indoor socializing driving infections. The Queen spent night in hospital after cancelling Northern Ireland visit. California family found dead on hike likely killed by heat and dehydration, sheriff says. Climate crisis likely to fuel conflicts over water and migration, U.S. analyses say. Andy Murray admits my attitude was poor after European Open exit. A non-cancelable community, the truth about Trump's social media platform. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Brian Laundrie's remains found after month-long search. CDC advisors vote to recommend Moderna, J&J boosters, mixing and matching doses. Texas urges Supreme Court to leave abortion law in place. Woman arrested in slayings of 4 people in central Michigan. Fresh whole onions linked to salmonella outbreak in 37 states, CDC. Minneapolis cop gets nearly 5 years in killing of 911 caller. Neurologist pleads not guilty to sexually abusing patients. World's biggest triceratops sells for $7.7 million in Paris. Existing home sale surges, interest rates point higher. Man attempting to demolish ancient sphinx in Cairo caught. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Gabby Petito, thank Brian Laundrie's remains found, FBI. Melbourne, celebrations as city exits 6th lockdown. Steve Bannon, House votes for ex-Trump aide to face contempt charge. Climate change will bring global tension, U.S. intelligence report says. Enes Kanter, Boston Celtics star under fire over China comments. U.S. surgeon explains pig kidney human transplant test. La Palma, scientists collect volcano samples. COVID, virus may have killed 180K health workers, WHO says. EU summit, respect the club rules, Poland told. Amazon sees fresh push to unionize in New York. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Gabby Petito case, remains found in Florida park identified as Brian Laundrie, FBI says. California family found dead in August likely died of hyperthermia and dehydration, sheriff confirms. When nightmares are real, photo shows a parasite that ate, and then replaced, a fish's tongue. I deleted TikTok and requested a file with all my data. Here's how to do it and what I found. CDC panel gives unanimous okay to Moderna, J&J booster shots and 2 mixing and matching, COVID-19 updates. Do you need another shot? Can you mix and match vaccines? COVID booster questions, answered. New glass observation deck opens to public in NYC. White House's Jean-Pierre dons purple for briefing. California backs buffer zone from oil drilling sites. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Family of hikers found dead on remote Sierra Trail likely killed by heat, dehydration. The California shakeout is just a drill. Are you ready for a real earthquake? Los Angeles Police Department officer accused of fondling dead woman's breast ordered to stand trial. Series of storms on atmospheric river barreling toward Northern California. California state government is admirably trying to address drought. It's a tough nut to crack. 101 freeway closed this weekend for work on 6th Street Bridge. Here's how to get around. New California oil drilling must be set back from homes and schools, Newsom says. Major California earthquake would knock out cell service, communications, study finds. Magnitude 2.4 earthquake felt in South Los Angeles. Highway patrol investigating skeletal human remains found in Cerritos. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Thursday, October 21st, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Leaked documents show Australia lobby to change key IPCC climate change report, Greenpeace says. Group that spread false COVID claims doubled Facebook interactions in 6 months. Putin says Western military backing of Ukraine threatens Russia. Hacker steals government database of all Argentine citizens. Cartel violence in Mexico forces people to flee their homes, leaving ghost towns behind. Blast cuts power to Afghan capital Kabul. Australia branded, by Climate Council, worst climate performer, among comparable developed countries since nations pledged in the 2015 Paris Agreement, ahead of UN summit. Taliban agree to new polio vaccination across Afghanistan. Ethiopia hits Tigray region in third day of airstrikes. Labor union stages rallies, strikes in South Korea. Benin votes to legalize abortion. Putin orders Russians to stop work for a week amid record COVID daily deaths. Oil and coal-rich countries lobbying to weaken UN climate report, leak shows. Many Canadians report difficulty feeding their family, poll. Nearly 20,000 pounds of trash removed from one of the biggest accumulations of ocean plastic in the world. The next headlines are from Forbes. Brian Laundries remains found at Florida Nature Reserve, FBI says. It's about creating relatable characters, says Simon Kinberg of Apple TV Plus series Invasion. Ranking the world's retirement systems on results. Enhypen, Stray Kids, BTS, Light Some and Eyes Once Jo Yuri, the best-selling albums in Korea. California teacher placed on leave after viral video shows her making tomahawk gestures in faux Native American headdress. Human remains found in Brian Laundrie search were bones, police say. S&P 500 hits record high amid upbeat third quarter earnings. WWE Crown Jewel 2021 results, Xavier Woods and the winners, losers of Saudi PPV. Cleveland Browns vs Denver Broncos, Thursday Night Football Week 7 time, TV schedule, injury report, odds, picks, predictions. Texas, Missouri sue Biden administration for halting border wall. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Ivory hunting drives evolution of tuskless elephants. How the pandemic widens scientists' mentoring networks. Defeating the genome's guardians boosts a DNA editing tool. A COVID vaccine elicits a middling but durable immune response. Mix and match COVID vaccines ace the effectiveness test. Immunogenicity and efficacy of heterologous ChAdOx 1/BNT162b2 vaccination. Author correction, co-translational prolyl hydroxylation is essential for flavivirus biogenesis. Hybrid immunity improves B cells and antibodies against SARS-CoV-2 variants. Diet comparison suggests a lipid imbalance can slow tumor growth. The broken $100 billion promise of climate finance, and how to fix it. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,739,455,464 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. BTS leaves Columbia for Universal Music Group in U.S. Brian Laundries remains identified by FBI, ending hunt for Gabby Petito's boyfriend. BTF media teams with American cinema inspires to produce U.S. Hispanic content exclusive. Songwriters Ali Tamposi and Tamar Caprillion launch education series Songs Start, with Phoebe Bridgers, John Legend, Camila Cabello, more. Jake Gyllenhaal and Maggie Gyllenhaal on sibling love, women filmmaking and remembering Heath Ledger. Crazy Ex-Girlfriend creators Rachel Bloom, Aline Brosh McKenna reunite to develop Hulu comedy series. UTC CEO Jeremy Zimmer says agency wouldn't fit in with Endeavor culture. Snapchat tops 300 million daily users in Q3, Snap stock crashes on revenue miss and impact of iPhone privacy change. Dune leaks, high-quality streaming copies hit piracy sites days before American release. WME Sports signs Gonzaga University freshman Chet Holmgren for exclusive new representation. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Months after the Olympics, Simone Biles says she's still scared to do gymnastics. Remains found in Florida Park are identified as Brian Laundrie, the FBI says. CDC advisors back rollout of COVID vaccine boosters from Moderna and J&J. Tech workers recount the cost of speaking out, as tensions rise inside companies. What it's like to be on the front lines of the school board culture war. The Federal Reserve imposes new restrictions on investments after trading controversy. U.S. House approves criminal contempt referral for Steve Bannon. Manchin says he offered to change political parties if he was a problem for Dems. Julie Green, who painted plates with the last meals of death row inmates, has died. Remembering Zika, parents offered their kids for studies, then say they were forgotten. The following headlines are from The Week. Mike Pence is reportedly still angry that Trump endangered him and his family on January 6. 9 House Republicans vote with Democrats to hold Steve Bannon in contempt for defying January 6 subpoena. Netflix could reportedly add the content warning to Dave Chappelle's special after walkout. Experts worry January 6 inmates could be further radicalized in D.C. jail's Patriot Wing. Adele has a framed piece of Celine Dion's used gum. Cinema advisors blast her for hanging her constituents out to dry in scathing resignation letter. Trump is fighting Twitter's censorship with an even more censorious social site of his own. Manchin insists he offered to become an independent in case it would help Democrats publicly. Facebook Oversight Board says the company must urgently improve its transparency. Ransomware gang with ties to Colonial Pipeline hack reportedly recruiting talent under guise of real tech company. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Long before the near-total ban, Texas was home to the most abortion deserts in the U.S. In keeping house, the unseen is at the forefront. The next headlines are from Universe Today. I could look at James Webb unboxing pictures all day. Uh-oh, one of Lucy's solar arrays hasn't latched properly. Meteorites found with little pieces of other stars. There are 610 cap 80 bits of information in the observable universe. The Large Magellanic Cloud stole one of its globular clusters. These are the news headlines for today, Thursday, October 21st. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Moon-forming disk around Super Jupiter exoplanet. Watch the Progress 79 cargo launch October 27th. Colors of Betelgeuse in a star collage. Mercury before sunrise, start watching now. Orionid meteor shower, all you need to know. The full Hunter's moon is October 20th. Hunter's moon photos, best of 2021. How high up are meteors when they begin to glow? The next news is from Politico. German defense minister warns Europeans, don't detach from NATO. Britain's music industry faces slow, steady decline because of Brexit barriers. Banks wrongly asserts he's the top Republican on January 6 panel. Man charged with murder of British MP David Amis. CDC advisors endorse Moderna, J&J boosters plus mix and match strategy. Opinion: why is Merrick Garland going easy on January 6 defendants? Democrats defend their child care plan against unexpected attack. Insurers look to make Dems' latest pay-for plan politically toxic. Bulls: how a Manchin Bernie blow-up helped unstick Dems' agenda. Texas man sentenced to 14 months for social media threats to lawmakers on January 6. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Best of Cartoons, October 22, 2021. Simmons skips planned Sixers workout despite being past fit, report. Australian News Live, Victorian lockdown ends as state records 2,189 new local COVID-19 cases, 16 deaths, NSW records 345 new cases, 5 deaths. Victoria records 2,189 new COVID-19 cases as Melbourne reawakens. Melbourne reopens. Live updates. Victorian statewide lockdown lifts as pubs, hairdressers, live music venues open doors to vaccinated patrons. FIFO inquiry hears horrific evidence of widespread mistreatment of women. Melbourne reopens, one last time. Vaccine hesitant no more, the many reasons why I changed my mind on the COVID jab. As lockdown lifted, Amanda and Keith had 60 seconds to get married. Unacceptable, NSW Premier seeks urgent advice as Abate family keeps millions despite jail terms. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Earnings results. Intel stock sinks as earnings prompt questions about falling margins. Washington Watch. Substantial amount of work yet to be done. Major report calls on SEC, banks and insurers for robust climate risk disclosure. Mem Money. For one day, SPACs don't feel whack, thanks to WeWork and Trump's DWAC. Personal Finance Daily. Knowing the truth about these credit score myths can help you improve your credit, and existing home sales rise as some buyers are motivated by FOMO. Outside the box, FOMO has made lots of money for stock investors, but now yarrow is the market move. The Margin. Swipe those fears. Looking at COVID memes may be helping you cope with pandemic stress. Newswatch. Snap stock plummets as it blames Apple for sales miss. Facebook and Google also drop. Earnings results. Mattel stock rallies as toy maker sees strong holiday season ahead. The Tell. Stock market investors should be ready for 10% fourth quarter correction, says Stifel's Bannister. Chipotle earnings boosted by brisket, online sales and returning customers. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Ideal Power announces the passing of Chairman David B. Eisenhower, GuruFocus.com. The Counterfeit Conundrum, Civil and Criminal Remedies for Spurious Medicines in India, Lixology. How a false science cure became Australia's contribution to the pandemic, W. AI, a rushing snowball, can AI-made inventions be patented, J.D. Supra. No geniuses here, La Review of Books. Addressing Resistance to Targeted Therapies in Metastatic Colorectal Cancer, Cancer Network. Justice at last for Henrietta Lacks, the Mancunian. Ligand and CR Double Crane enter collaboration agreement to develop an oral COVID-19 therapeutic using Ligand's BPro technology. TM, Yahoo Finance. Guest opinion, gutting IP rights will upend university research, the Coastland Times. The Coastland Times, the Coastland Times. Bots, Incorporated, files for patent protection regarding its novel method, authority. The next headlines are from Quartz. The SPAC behind Donald Trump's new media venture could be the next meme stock. The WeWork IPO, completed at long last, was made for this moment. Why is Walgreens really closing stores in San Francisco? Amazon's ambitions to build an air freight empire got a lift from the pandemic. Small rocket firms are outsourcing their engines in their race to orbit. Squid Game's tentacles. U.S. employers cannot offer full gender inclusion without a key change by the EOC. Which tasks are best for teams and which should be tackled solo? Small rocket makers look to suppliers in their race to space. A single tweet is once again putting pressure on the NBA's China business. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. 2 years later, judge finally realizes that a CDN provider is not liable for copyright infringement on websites. Chicago court gets its prior restraint on, tells police union head to STFU about city's vaccine mandate. Verizon visible wireless accounts hacked, exploited to buy new iPhones. Daily Deal, the Mac OS 11 course. Suing social media sites over acts of terrorism continues to be a losing bet, as 11th Circuit dumps another flawed lawsuit. Trump announces his own social network, Truth Social, which says it can kick off users for any reason, and already is. Facebook AI moderation continues to suck because moderation at scale is impossible. Content moderation case studies, Snapchat disables Jiffy integration after racist sticker is discovered, 2018. Arlo makes live customer service a luxury option. Delta proudly announces its participation in the DHS's expanded biometric collection program. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Snap stock. Moderna booster shot. Kirsten Cinema. Uncharted movie. Europa League. Crown Jewel 2021. MLS. Gwyneth Paltrow. Tawny Kidding. Ethereum. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Hunter Biden sought to sell analysis of Russian businessman Deripaska for $55,000, emails show. Haitian gang leader claiming to have U.S. missionary hostages threatens to kill these Americans in YouTube video. U.S. has opened door to Ukraine joining NATO military bloc, Putin says, warning West could station rockets under Russia's nose. U.S. hypersonic weapon test derailed by rocket failure, reports. Ex-employee shuts down Kansas water system while blackout drunk as U.S. ramps up fear of foreign cyber attackers. Federal Reserve bans stock trading, other investments for top officials after controversies. Watch massive crowds flood Khartoum streets as rival demonstrations are held in Sudanese capital over transitional government. FIFA urges governments to rehome Afghan refugees after evacuating mostly women and children in second rescue mission to Qatar. Putin slams restrictions against RTDE as an attack on freedom of speech, but warns against any counterproductive retaliation. Proud to be from Russia, racing ace vows to continue whatever it takes after visa rejection shock despite U.S. Embassy interview. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Feds confirm body found in Florida nature preserve as Brian Laundrie. Dems want to give Biden war powers over Taiwan. Peter Thiel, here's where I would look for Bitcoin creator Satoshi. Controversial Wuhan lab seeks to staff new facility with CCP members. 5 cinema advisors quit, accuse her of selling out to big donors, as far-left backlash intensifies. America is now eclectic-ocracy. Will Democrats really fail to raise taxes? Some thoughts from Goldman Sachs. Intel plunges after sales miss, profit forecast disappoints. Snap crashes after revenue ARPU miss, blames Apple privacy changes, labor shortages. Bitcoin, bills, bonds, and black gold slide as Trump truth facts soars. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Barbados elects first ever president, replacing British monarchy. U.S. stocks rise to all-time high lifted by solid corporate results. Judge says U.S. held Afghan man unlawfully at Guantanamo Bay. Haiti gang leader threatens to kill American missionary hostages. Minnesota ex-cop resentenced to 57 months for killing woman. Will Brazil's president be prosecuted for COVID-19 deaths? U.S. Fed bans officials from buying stocks after ethics scandal. NATO agrees new plan to deter Russian attacks. No country will be spared impact of climate change, U.S. Gov. Winter is coming, oil falls from 3-year peak on warmer forecast. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Poll: 45% of New Hampshire Democrats want Biden primaried in 2024. NFL agrees to end race-based brain testing in $1 billion settlement. Fed bans senior officials from owning individual stocks. Poll: majority believe grocery prices will continue to rise over the next year. Meghan McCain: I regret my criticisms of Hillary Clinton, she has faced egregious sexism. Watch: Chicago WNBA team mocked for low championship parade turnout. Joe Biden: the white supremacy that killed Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. also caused January 6 protests. Inflation expectations reach highest level in more than a decade. Joe Manchin offers to become an independent amid reconciliation negotiations with Biden. Report: school districts with diversity officers expanding achievement gaps between white and minority students. The next headlines are from UPI News. Lottery drawing comes up 10,726 tickets win top prizes. Watch: alligator caught trying to break into community pool in North Carolina. Watch: Florida boat captain finds 6-inch megalodon tooth. Nightmare on Elm Street house listed for $3.5 million. Watch: California angler rescues whale entangled in lobster trap. Watch: Spanish researchers free massive sunfish from tuna nets. Watch: police, ranchers corral loose bull in Arizona neighborhood. Look: ball python captured at Illinois Forest Preserve. Man shopping for birthday party supplies buys $50,000 Powerball ticket. Idaho angler sets state record with 46.7-pound grass carp. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Dog trapped in narrow crevice licked moisture from walls until rescuers found her with plumber's camera. Nebraska teen runner helps competitor finish race after he collapsed, forfeiting his own district medal hopes. This carbon-negative perfume is made from captured CO2, and it smells like figs and orange peel. Want to learn to code? This Nintendo-style video game will teach you, and it's free. People who've tried psychedelics have lower risk of heart disease and diabetes. Diver finds 900-year-old sword wielded in the Crusades off the coast of ancient Israeli town. Look. Photo catches the moment a squirrel strikes an universe pose on their windowsill. Wading through 20-inch deep moss is like walking on a pillow of green snow. Internet sleuth solves 45-year guitar mystery returning the beloved 57 Gretsch to a rock idol. Walking storyteller continues historic 24,000-mile trek retracing passage of human ancestors out of Africa. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Thursday, October 21st. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Driver caught playing flute with both hands in Halton region, police say global news ca. Suspect who stole U-Haul calls police and asks for deputies to stop chasing him. Ghost of James Naismith signs two-way deal with Los Angeles Lakers end of the bench. Volleyball coach jailed for drug offenses after delivery men sent meth to wrong flat. OnlyFans performer accused of stabbing boyfriend posts video from inside NYPD station after arrest. Workers dress as Squid Game guards in South Korean general strike. FDA will search Reddit to learn about effects of CBD and emerging cannabinoids like Delta-8 THC. Before America had witch trials, Europe had werewolf trials. Matthias Anderson, affirmations influencer responds to controversy. Convicted pig slayer gets 3 years for other crimes committed while released from jail. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. NASA wants to build nuclear spacecraft. What could go wrong? I asked for a Hyperloop, but all I got was a boring tunnel in Las Vegas. Don't be perfect, people hate it. Select TV can pull your entire streaming universe together in one place for life for under $80. Edward Snowden, if you weaken encryption, people will die. Are recycled EV batteries as good as new ones? Yes, 1,000 times yes. Listen parents, kids spending several hours on screens a day isn't a big deal. We reviewed the iPhone 13 with a series of haikus. Terrifyingly, Facebook wants its AI to be your eyes and ears. YouTube Music pisses on free users by going audio only. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Astronomers provide field guide to exoplanets known as hot Jupiters. New photonic chip for isolating light may be key to miniaturizing quantum devices. Spending time in nature promotes early childhood development. Northern lakes warming 6 times faster in the past 25 years. Africa-wide great ape assessment reveals human activity, not habitat availability, is greatest driver of ape abundance. Tap water produces a protective shield against microplastics. Early dinosaurs may have lived in social herds as early as 193 million years ago. A new Earth bombardment model. Some of the world's oldest rubies linked to early life. New galaxy images reveal a fitful start to the universe. The next headlines are from Information Week. DC FinTech Week tackles financial inclusivity. IT's pivotal role in customer service. Gartner, top predictions for IT organizations and users for 2022 and beyond. Facebook's teachable moment. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Thursday, October 21st from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. Coverage set for NASA's SpaceX Crew 3 briefings, events, broadcasts. NASA's Glenn Delgado receives U.S. Women's Chamber of Commerce Award. La NASA desafía a estudiantes a decir robots para excavar en la Luna. NASA shares Webb Telescope media briefing schedule, resources. NASA challenges students to design moon-digging robots. NASA announces winners of Deep Space Food Challenge. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Salt Lake County Mayor seeks $15 minimum wage for county employees. Power generation on the Colorado is drying up. Election conspiracies, naloxone and the Utah Jazz on behind the headlines. Salt Lake City IT employee accused of trading sensitive police information for sex. Donovan Mitchell's work ethic has transformed his play. Now, can he take the next leap? Unlicensed driver arrested after crash that killed 2 BYU students. See the trailer for Shots Fired, a documentary from the Salt Lake Tribune and Frontline. Utah reports 53% of the state's population is fully vaccinated. Mormon Land, looking back and forward as one-of-a-kind Genesis group for Black members celebrates its golden anniversary. Suicide rates in Utah are high, but COVID-19 pandemic hasn't made them worse, study says. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Paint makers are running out of the color blue. VR treatment for lazy eye in children gets FDA approval. Fed to ban policymakers from owning individual stocks. Google unmasks 2-year-old phishing and malware campaign targeting YouTube users. Twitter algorithms amplify right-leaning political content more than left-leaning, company says citing own research. Amazon is now a bigger shipper in the U.S. than FedEx. Governor Parson doubles down on push to prosecute reporter who found security flaw in state site. Google Stadia's salvaged future as a back-end cloud service is here. Google lowers Play Store fees to 15% on subscription apps, as low as 10% for media apps. Sam Altman's WorldCoin wants to scan eyeballs in exchange for crypto. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Brian Laundrie update, remains found in Florida park identified as Gabby Petito's Fang. New menu items for St. Louis Blues home games. Deadline to start dialing local phone numbers with area codes is Sunday. Missouri has some of best drivers in country according to new report. Man sentenced to 40 years for firing at Illinois state trooper. Man wanted for exposing himself to children in 2 St. Louis schools. NFL lawsuit, judge disqualifies St. Louis attorney, league pays fines over financial records. Man shot and killed breaking into cars at Cardinal Glennon identified. Strong probability human remains found at park belong to Brian Laundrie, family attorney says. Someone from St. Charles County won the $174,000 Show Me Cash jackpot. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Brian Laundrie timeline, human remains ID'd as Gabby Petito's boyfriend. CDC panel backs expanded booster rollout, here's what comes next. Sheriff says family on California hike died of extreme heat. Memo, initial reports of SoCal oil spill came earlier than previously disclosed. Larry Millie denies murdering wife Maya in first court appearance. Winter weather outlook, here's what to expect in SoCal as La Niña emerges. Brian Laundrie's remains found in Florida, attorney says. California proposes nation's broadest oil drilling ban near neighborhoods. Rare corpse flower bloom expected in days at San Diego Botanic Garden. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Su-30 jets intercept U.S. Air Force B-1B bombers over Black Sea, Russia says. Rheinmetall unveils secret new military combat vehicle. Russian military still using World War I era tanks. Israel, South Korea sign agreement to build new deadly drones. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. The U.S., China tariff failure of 2019. Mr. Deng goes to Tokyo. She wants to reshape the economy, but are property taxes going too far? China's great pirate, Zhang Zhilong, takes on the Dutch. How China controls Xinjiang, new report sheds light on stability maintenance system. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Thursday, October 21st, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Retired police officer among injured in Oakland shooting. Guide to using public transit to Warriors home opener at Chase Center. Officials reveal what killed family and dog on Mariposa County hiking trail. Burglary suspects arrested in San Francisco. Reports of active shooter at San Lorenzo High School were prank call, sheriff. Huge swell train could bring dangerous 24-foot wave to Bay Area beaches. Incredible drone video shows great white sharks just feet from California surfers. SNAP, food stamps, benefits see largest increase in history. Gabby Petito case, remains found during Brian Laundrie search for bones. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. The next big thing, Dirty Nellies in Palatine launches Future Star series. Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce loves the Iron Man role. Sheriff says California family on hike died of extreme heat exhaustion on hot day, water container empty. COVID-19 vaccine, CDC panel backs expanded booster rollout. Bucks say Bears offense better than anemic stats suggest. Leaky roof at New Mount Prospect Police Station could cost $3 million to replace. Kane County parents will soon face decision to vaccinate their younger children. Chicago Executive Airport hires veteran aviation leader as new executive director. Illinois COVID-19 hospitalizations at lowest level since early August. African snake found at DuPage County Forest Preserve. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Seattle's Pacific Science Center to light up its iconic arches for Kraken home games, hockey goals. Great Washington Shakeout 2021, test your earthquake and tsunami preparedness Thursday. Photos, a look inside Seattle's new Climate Pledge Arena ahead of Kraken home opener. Seattle's minimum wage set to increase again in 2022. What are those advisory votes on Washington's ballot? Here's what they are, and what they mean. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 336.77 km, in Japan October 21, 2021, 8:36 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6 m, depth 497.22 km, in south of Fiji Islands October 21, 2021, 8:10 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for Manam in Papua New Guinea. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for La Palma in Spain. Drought is ongoing in Bangladesh, Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in United States. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Thursday, October 21st in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Governor Abbott's pick for top Texas election post worked with Trump to fight 2020 results. Queen Elizabeth spent night in hospital after scrapping trip, Palace. NTSB looking into maintenance history of MD-87 jet in Waller County crash. Rice, North Texas and UT San Antonio head to AAC as part of the Great Conference realignment of 2021. Celebrating LGBTQ+ History Month, activists and protests that predate the Stonewall riots. Astros vs. Red Sox, can Luis Garcia leave ugly Game 2 behind to lead Houston to an L pennant? Ron's Gone Wrong tells story of a boy and his best friend robot in our high-tech world. House votes to hold Trump ally Steve Bannon in contempt. Non-binary author describes growing up and coming out in 90s Clear Lake. Night Sky Guide, everything to know about upcoming meteor showers, full moons, more in 2021. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. U.S. to give nuclear waste plant in Idaho another try. Lieutenant Governor Coleman stepping down from cabinet secretary role. Mississippi sets date for state's first execution since 2012. Palace, Queen spent night in hospital after scrapping trip. Online threats draw longest term yet in Capitol riot probe. Realignment era, 6 CUSA schools leaving for American. Number 23 Pitt has a chance to prove itself against Clemson. Memo, initial reports of California oil spill came earlier. Lloyd looking to get Arizona back on track in first year. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra extra, uncomfortable restaurant chairs, outed. NY Cannabis Board issues new rules allowing people to grow medical marijuana at home. NY Senate seeks input from advocates, health officials on how to reverse spike in opioid overdoses. De Blasio, Ocasio-Cortez announce NYC pension funds will shift away from fossil fuel investments. Signs of struggle and conflict more than a month into New York City's new school year. Lawyers plead guilty to Molotov cocktail attack on NYPD vehicle during George Floyd protests. Renowned Nordic coffee roaster La Capra opens in East Village. Controversial Soho NoHo rezoning clears latest hurdle. Early edition, maybe stop buying so much stuff. As COVID rages on Rikers, staffing crisis delays vaccine mandate for jail staff. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. In sub-Saharan Africa and elsewhere, we need to look harder for tuberculosis. Women in leadership must be the norm, Security Council hears. Despite climate crisis, politicians will double the production of energy from fossil fuels. Up to 180,000 health workers may have died from COVID-19. Bringing quality education to Syria's most vulnerable, crisis-impacted children, their education cannot wait. $667 million funding call to help Afghans through economic crisis, UNDP. COP26, building climate resilience will require a focus on those furthest behind. Climate change, how 1.3 billion Africans cause least but suffer most. Fair tax plan could prejudice Global South. UN's top envoy warns Great Lakes region is at a crossroads. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. 81 research studies confirm natural immunity to COVID equal or superior to vaccine immunity. NYC mayor expands vaccine mandate to all city workers, offers $500 carrot. U.S. State Department celebrates International Pronouns Day. Free college cut from infrastructure bill. Google's sister company Verily, which partnered with Pfizer in 2019, is carrying out Pfizer-funded study on long-term safety of Pfizer CV shot. 5 U.S. senators tell Zuckerberg that Facebook cannot be trusted into back-office crypto plans. January 6 committee votes to hold Bannon in contempt. Trafficking victim, they made me have sex with cops. Millions of Americans are getting fired for not taking a jab that's now 3% effective. It takes a lot of education to keep us this stupid. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. FBI, remains found in Florida Park ID'd as Brian Laundrie. Did Ohio unveil inaccurate Wright brothers design on new license plate? Before takeover, Taliban reportedly offer to let U.S. secure Kabul and airport. CDC, throw out unlabeled onions over potential salmonella contamination. Trump plan for new media venture gets investors thumbs up. Don't blame me gas prices meme shows photo from 2020. Rapper Young Thug sues over swipe bag that had cash, songs. Australian town overwhelmed by response to free land offer. Rare coin made in colonial New England could fetch $300,000. NFL, players agree to end race norming in $1 billion settlement. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Trump and son whitewash vaccine willingness before Biden. Already had COVID-19, vaccines boost immunity, not wipe out antibodies. U.S. is sending aid to independent groups in Afghanistan, not the Taliban. Vermont misleads on Medicare drug negotiation legislation. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. FBI confirms Brian Laundrie is dead. California officials reveal how hiking family mysteriously dropped dead. I feel for Meghan McCain and the loneliness of the TV conservative. Right-wing YouTuber Steven Crowder slammed for disgusting attack on Asian newscaster. GOP candidate for CA Sec of State claims she inspired witch's murder. Bite-sized brains grown in a lab could help treat fatal diseases. 5 ways scientists think you can live longer. Ex-college basketball star killed toddler son, stashed him in freezer for years, cops say. Indiana cops find people chained up in gruesome house of horrors. Kyrsten Sinema's own advisors just dumped her. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Billie Eilish and boyfriend inseparable at Department of Justice cat birthday bash. Scorpio celebrities, 20 famous people born under the water zodiac sign. Knicks need to learn exactly what Obi Toppin can be after thrilling start. Ex-Espner Allison Williams, I walked away from largest contract of career over vaccine mandate. Crown Jewel delivers everything but the answer to WWE's biggest question. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. What colors are the planets in our solar system, and why are they so different? Ask Astro I, can a black hole form without a parent star? How doomed matter reveals the inner secrets of black holes. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Vikings landed in North America 471 years before Columbus. Genetics linked to how much methane cows release. FDA authorizes Moderna and Johnson & Johnson vaccine boosters. What LinkedIn members are saying about returning to the office during the COVID-19 pandemic. Government set to increase fossil fuel production despite warnings. Fossil stuck in 100-million-year-old ember is oldest true crab ever discovered. World is set to extract twice as much fossil fuel as climate allows. Louisiana declares state of emergency as tropical storm Cristobal nears the Gulf Coast. SpaceX drops off 2 astronauts at the International Space Station. U.S. to launch first manned orbital mission in nearly a decade. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. California teacher placed on leave after viral video showed her doing an offensive Native American dance in class. FBI confirms Brian Laundrie's remains were found in Florida park. Biden ties legislative agenda to MLK push for racial justice. Federal officials investigating Georgia bridge collapse that killed father of 9 kids. Family of 3 found dead in Yosemite died of hyperthermia, probable dehydration, sheriff. Mayor de Blasio, Controller Stringer and AOC unveil New York City's pension fund plan to invest in climate solutions. Texas asks Supreme Court to overturn Roe v. Wade in legal papers defending abortion ban. Florida man accused of killing neighbor in fight over cat. House votes to hold Steve Bannon in contempt for snubbing January 6 committee. Haiti gang leader threatens to kill 17 kidnapped missionaries. The following headlines are from military.com. NATO weighs Afghan lessons of waging major ops abroad. Army hiring criminal investigators to improve casework. NATO plans AI strategy, $1 billion investment fund as it seeks to stay ahead in tech realm. South Korea test launches first domestically made space rocket. FBI, cache, shredded paper seen at couple's home in submarine spy case. Coast Guard had earlier notice about California oil spill. Walmart out, CVS in, changes coming to Tricare's pharmacy network. Does the Army Guards need more soldiers? Maybe, top general says. Navy brass expects captains to ask for help after Bonhomme Richard fire. 9,000 Afghan refugees have left military bases for new homes with aid from vets groups. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. As judge urges Chicago and its police union to lower the flames over vaccine mandates spent, Indiana officials invite CPD officers to apply for jobs there. Laquan McDonald's great-uncle is angrily denounced by some as he defends his support of Rahm Emanuel. We Are Better Together, Academy of St. Benedict the African School Community holds Walk for Peace. Prayer Walk for Peace March in Englewood. Awaiting Chicago's first fall freeze and the return of La Niña, here's what to expect this winter. Couple charged with murder after death of 2-year-old Marquette Park neighborhood girl, police say. Corrections and clarifications. Police make arrest in 1992 cold case strangulation murder, sexual assault of woman in Niles. What you need to know about mix and match COVID-19 vaccine boosters. Man, woman face charges in chase that resulted in Chicago cop accidentally shooting 2 colleagues. 36 pounds of pot, guns found in car, police. The following headlines are from FIS.org. That study reveals secrets of the social brain. Forecasters predict warmer winter for 2/3 of U.S. Study, only 2% of global giving goes to curb climate change. Why no tusks? Poaching tips scales of elephant evolution. The next big thing, how do scientists bring hydrogen fuel cells from the laboratory to public life? California proposes new oil drilling ban near neighborhoods. Endangered orangutan in New Orleans expecting twins. Study provides insight into how we sense threats in our environment. U.S. must act to protect climate migrants, government report says. Novel advanced light design and fabrication process could revolutionize sensing technologies. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Thursday, October 21st, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Does the vaccine cut your risk of getting long COVID? Scientists find hints of a hidden mass extinction 30 million years ago. What data science can tell us about our dreams. Why we share stories of local ghosts. Why our inner clocks may benefit from stressed out clients. Why scary music sounds, well, scary. Best smart mattress. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Braves get Soler back for NLCS after positive COVID-19 test. Jurors to get case of ex-deputies in Georgia stun gun death. U.S. Treasury outlines efforts to disclose climate risks. FAA proposes giving flight attendants 1 more hour of rest. Jones, Wilson growing up fast heading into Pat's Jet train match. Winnipeg's Mark Scheifele placed in NHL's COVID-19 protocol. F1 title fight could take big swing in US and Mexico. Official, narrative of riders filming train rape is false. Facing elimination, Dodgers turn to Kelly in Game 5 of NLCS. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Los Altos couple donates $10 million to Humane Society Silicon Valley. Skeletal remains, clothing found during search for laundry. Wildfire smoke contributes to more deaths in the eastern U.S. than the West, study shows. Northern California family's mysterious deaths on hiking trail blamed on hyperthermia. 1 dead in West Oakland double shooting. 10th annual Taste of Atlas Peak pours wines for a worthy cause. How to host the Horde and have a good time, too. Pac-12 preview, Arizona hosts UW, game day to UCLA, Dickert's WSU debut and a huge game in Corvallis. Oakland's free-range flower winery expands to Livermore wine country. 49ers on Thursday, Trent Williams, Trey Lance, Javon Kinlaw curiously remain out. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Army-Navy team launches rockets to test hypersonic weapons. Inside the Beltway, media takes pot shots at Trump's truth. Plan Z, with Afghanistan lost, U.S. weighs help from adversaries in terror fight. Steve Bannon criminal contempt charges recommended by House. Merrick Garland dodges question on special counsel for Hunter Biden's art sales. Youngkin ditches issues of illegal immigration, Mies 13 crime as he courts Hispanic voters in Virginia. Climate reports outline Biden administration fears on global warming. FBI file disprove Trump Alpha Bank link. Domestic terrorism, Garland stumps by school rape case that spurred parents' outburst. Los Angeles bans homeless encampments near schools, parks, libraries. The next headlines are from The Intercept. AFL-CIO leadership tries to block affiliates' vote on endorsing BDS. EcoHealth Alliance conducted risky experiments on MERS virus in China. The kingdom's intelligence apparatus fuels a crackdown on dissent. Defense attorneys in trial for Ahmaud Arbery's murder quiz jury pool on racism. Are the Democrats screwed? Biden faces deadline for release of more JFK assassination papers. Bolivian government says Haitian president's assassins were part of a plot to kill its own leftist leader. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Thursday, October 21st, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Ron's gone wrong doesn't seem to realize it's part of the problem. Pritzker touts job training program and potential manufacturer incentive to give a jolt to electric vehicle industry in Illinois. Recipe for disaster serves up a delightful helping of breakneck farce. Tom Brady sings Ohio State's QB history ahead of facing Bears Justin Fields. Bucks defense a great learning lesson for Justin Fields. Boy, 17, wounded in drive-by in Rogers Park. Cook County gun, ammunition taxes shot down by state's top court. AAC expands by adding 6 schools from Conference USA. Police dog hero for taking bullet from Chicago murder suspect wounded by Kenosha County deputies, police say. Portillo's stock rises nearly 50% in its public debut. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Scotland cruise into T20WC second round for first time. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Thursday, October 21st, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Review, 72 miles to go, at Alley Theater. A trippy night with Don Toliver. Best bets the week of October 21st to 27th, 2021. Astros take 3-2 lead with Game 5 win over Red Sox. The 2018 Houston Texans are officially dead in 2021. Things to do, get lost in Van Gogh's work with immersive experience. Things to do, upcoming food and drink events in Houston this fall 2021. Things to do, J.D. Wilkes performs at Continental Club. 4 thoughts on the Astros 9-2 win to even the ALCS 2-2. 5 things to watch from the Rockets this season. The next headlines are about world records making news. New Zealand rapper to attempt world record for longest freestyle rap, Scoop Co-NZ. World record alert, WR holders Yalam Zerfiahullah and Litasen Jide to battle in Sunday's Valencia half marathon, letsrun.com. 91-year-old breaks world record for deadlift in her age group, KFIAM 640. Hankook Ev Tire helps VW set world record, modern tire dealer. Germany sets world record in women's team sprint. Italy wins men's pursuit at 2021 Track World Championship, road bike action. Tailwind nutrition athlete Harvey Lewis wins Big's Backyard Ultra and breaks world record, Outside Business Journal. World's largest Triceratops Big John sells for €6.6 million in Paris, Euronews. 2021 FINA World Cup, Doha, Day 1 Finals Live Recap, Swim. Fly fish angler reels in potential world record blue catfish in Texas River, KSAT San Antonio. The unlikely world record holder, researchers solve decades-long medical mystery, Stuff Co. NZ. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Of course Dune has already been pirated. Google is slashing fees for Play Store apps, so, please stop yelling. Plastic is the new coal. Returning to tabletop has restoked my love of physical games. The chip shortage has finally hit Apple. RIPGETTR, 2021 to 2021. Ivory poaching blamed for rise of tuskless African elephants. Night Raiders uses a sci-fi dystopia to throw light on a real-life tragedy. The Game of Thrones prequel will have its own unique tone. The Amazon worker-led union is almost ready for election time. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Kroonstad in South Africa at 116.06 degrees Fahrenheit or 46.7 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 83.92 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 64.4 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Google halves its revenue share of in-app subscriptions on the Play Store. CDC Advisory Panel unanimously approves expanded COVID vaccine boosters. Stardew Valley's creator announces pixel art follow-up Haunted Chocolatier. Poaching drove the evolution of tusk-free elephants. Watch this wooden knife cut effortlessly through juicy, medium well-done steak. Microsoft prepares another major Windows update, for Windows 10. Razer's new Kraken gaming headsets bring controller-like vibrations to your head. PS5 faceplate or IP violation, the law behind brand's dark plates. Elizabeth Holmes personally approved investor presentations, court hears. The following headlines are from Raw Story. I was disgusted and furious, Marjorie Taylor Greene melted down over criminal referral for Steve Bannon. Department of Justice adds new prosecutors for Matt Gaetz case who specialize in breaking through psychological manipulation, report. Trump's social media platform looks like a high-tech version of Trump's Steaks, report. Matt Gaetz demands Cheney and Kinzinger get kicked out of GOP while commiserating with Steve Bannon. Liz Cheney's office blisters morally bankrupt Kevin McCarthy for embracing white supremacists. Even far-right channel Newsmax is cutting ties with Mike Lindell. House of Representatives votes to send criminal contempt charges against Steve Bannon to Department of Justice. Utter garbage, Jim Jordan and Matt Gaetz ridiculed for nonsensical arguments by CNN legal analyst. Kevin McCarthy rebuffs Trump's suggestion that Republicans shouldn't vote in elections he thinks are rigged. Federalist Society member, pro-Trump lawyer John Eastman is a clear danger to the health of our republic. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Steve Bannon doesn't want to testify, we already know what he did. New York City loaded taxi drivers with debt, now they're on hunger strike to force real relief. Did Trump's media company really just trademark the term truthing? Joe Manchin called our reporting BS, now he's got a different story. A closer look at Joe Manchin's ties to the fossil fuel industry. Virginia GOP candidate Glenn Youngkin financed a PAC that supports 2020 deniers and 1/6 apologists. What if everything you know about murder rates and policing is wrong? Has the Department of Justice's campaign to root out Chinese spies on college campuses gone too far? Home was a nightmare, then home was prison. Finally home is now a refuge. Scoop. Manchin tells associates he's considering leaving the Democratic Party and has an exit plan. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Scanning the cosmos for signs of alien technology, Physics World, physicsworld.com. Space Jam, former senator talks aliens, asteroids and Star Trek with Larry Sabato, USA Today. Cancelled in Cambridge, but now playing in Princeton, NJ News tapinto.net. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Physical exercise is effective against depression, study points out, declare people. Brain chip launches event domain AI inference dev kits, EE Times. Autism linked gene SYNGAP1 molds synaptic plasticity, learning, spectrum. AI has far to go before solving deafness, but along the way are opportunities to reshape hearing healthcare, AI in healthcare. 4 easy ways to support your brain function, Image IE. Aptinix appoints Gilmore O'Neill, MB, MM, SC, to Board of Directors, Valdosta Daily Times. First phase trials for DMT-assisted therapy MHT, Mental Health Today. The human olfactory bulb processes odor valence representation and cues motor avoidance behavior, pnas.org. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Can Democrats design social programs that survive? Niskanen Center. Amazon to hire 150,000 workers for holiday season, 50% more than in 2020, screenshot. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Thursday, October 21st, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Retired Air Force officers call for congressional hearings on UFOs. UFOs tampered with nuclear weapons managed by the Air Force. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Thursday, October 21st, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.